Hi guys, it's Chaterine, and today I want to tell you how I approach studying with a baby on my hands. I have a 7-month-old baby now, and I am studying to get my major in business management, so I really needed to figure out how to manage both of them because babies are a handful. You need to spend a lot of time with them, and it's not always when you plan it. So planning a baby's daily routine, okay, you can plan it, let's be honest, but you never know what is gonna happen. You never know how or when or how much time you're gonna have. So I'm gonna tell you how I approach my studying process and how I make it work. I'm not studying full time. I'm actually studying online, so I don't know how to manage your baby when you have to go to lectures. But even for those of you who are studying full time, these tips and these strategies are gonna help you with a load of work that you need to do for your studies. So, first of all, let's be honest, timing is the issue here. You can put your baby on a schedule, but let's be honest, there's a lot of variables that can happen and that can go wrong when you're trying to schedule with your baby. Babies are unpredictable. You never know if he's gonna sleep, he's gonna eat, he's gonna be fussy or not, he's gonna be teething or not. You don't know, and you cannot predict when or how or for how long it's gonna happen. So be honest with yourself. You're gonna need much more time to do your study work than you did before you had a baby. The standard student approach of studying is to go to lectures and to do your coursework to the date, and most of the time, let's be honest, you do it in the last evening. This is not gonna work with the baby. I'm sorry guys, you need to make better studying habits because you cannot just rely on the fact that you are able to study before a test the night before. What if your baby doesn't sleep? What if he's loud? What if he's fussy? What if? You cannot rely on that. So you need to plan ahead. And I'm really serious about that. Plan ahead. So if you're not already studying online, go ask your teacher or go ask your lecturers if there's any possibility that you can transfer to online classes or hand work in without coming to lectures. It's gonna help. Speak with your lecturers and your teachers straight at the beginning of the semester. Ask them about everything that you will need to hand in and every test and every exam that you will have that year, so that you know the hand-in dates of all assignments, you know when the tests are gonna be, you know when the exam is gonna be. Gather information, gather everything that you can get to know. Gather if it's a test, if it's a multiple choice question, if it's open questions, ask anything, like ask everything that you can, and explain to them that you have a baby at home, so you need to plan your time really carefully. They are people, they will understand. And teachers and lecturers are there for you to get an education. They're not there to torture you. When you gather up this information, you make a list so you know which date you need to hand in, or when is the next test, or when is the next exam. You find out all the dates that you need to know, hand-in dates, test dates, exam dates, and you put it all in one page. And then you go by it chronologically. You see what is the first that you need to do, what is the second, what is the third, and that's the way that you handle it, one at a time. So this is my list, and as you can see, there are 4 columns in this list. It's what, where, and when, and just like checklist points. I'm checking off the things I have to do. And so yeah, I just write what it is, which course it is, and when I need to hand it in. So I know in which order I need to tackle things so that I can stay on top of it and not stick in panic when I know that I need to have a 10-page essay by tomorrow and I don't have time and my baby is fussy or teething or anything. So I know when it's gonna happen, I know what is gonna happen, I've gathered all the information and I'm tackling it one at a time. So you plan your time ahead accordingly to the deadlines in your list. I note somewhere in my list, or otherwise how time consuming is the project. So some projects are easy, it takes like a couple of hours and you're finished. Some are really time consuming and you need weeks. And it's good to know that. It's good to know when is the last point when you need to start. When you have taken in consideration the work that you need to do for each assignment, you need to put it all in a timetable. So you just kind of plan how much time you need for it, and then you kind of double it. I do that. You kind of double it and you start from the beginning. Then you're finished, like right in the middle, and you have time to spare. For example, you need a week. If you need a week, you plan for 2 weeks before the deadline. You plan that you were gonna do it for 2 weeks, because what if what if something happens and the first 3 days you're gonna address this project, and the next 4, for example, something happens and you don't have any time to study? What then? You have half written your essay, for example. That's not good. So you plan twice the time for this one assignment, and you're 100% gonna finish it in time. And even if you do it in this first week, you have time to spare, to check it twice. I do everything early. I'm the kind of student that's opposite of standard student. So for example, I'm working on a project that I need to sign in for my analytics class, and I need to finish it for the 10th of January. What do you think? It's the beginning of December and I'm half done, because I think it's very, very important for me to have the assignment ready early, just in case I don't have time for it later on. Because I don't know, I have time right now, I've done everything else, and I need to tackle it as soon as I can, because I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know how my baby is gonna sleep. There's so much uncertainty when you're home with your baby. I do suggest you use phone reminders for deadline, or just the point when you need to start the project or when you need to hand it in. And that's just one way. If you forget it or you don't look in your planner, sometimes I don't look in my planner for weeks and I can easily forget something. So I put reminders for the starting dates on my phone so that I don't forget to start some studying projects. Because I mean, if you're not going to lectures, it's easy to forget that you're studying at all. Guys, ask for help. Ask somebody to proofread it. Ask somebody to help you format it. I mean, all your friends and all your family is aware that you have a baby. You don't have as much time, and it's not that hard. It doesn't take much time to proofread, but you know that even if you proofread your work, you might just skip over something. You might just not notice something. Okay guys, so these are a few of my tips how to tackle your study work if you have a baby at home. And if you have some other tips and tricks, put them down below in the comment section, because believe you me, other people want to know it. Bye.